Hey everybody, welcome to the Hip Senior and Online Tech Lessons. If you don't know me, my name is Marianne Bailey, and I not only teach senior citizens and other people how to use technology when needed, but I also run thehipsenior.com, which is a multi-generational platform for seniors. And we've got some exciting news coming up for that. But today's lesson is going to be about breathing, what seems to be the most natural thing for most of us. Some of us have other problems like emphysema and stuff like that. But when I woke up this morning, I couldn't breathe. I could, but not very well. And I wanted to share with you what happened because I think that it could have been easily avoided. Uh, and I want you to be aware of this because it's winter and because a lot of us have things like humidifiers, my culprit, running, and especially at nighttime in our bedrooms and stuff like that. And so what happened was in my bedroom, I have a humidifier and I have an air filter and I have a fan, like a tower fan, because I don't have a ceiling fan in there. I don't have a light up there either. And I have been dealing with dry eyes lately, and I wanted to be able to have some moisture in the air because my mom, being a nurse, said, turn on a humidifier. So I did. And I thought, if I close my door and I close the bathroom door and I turn on this humidifier, it'll put a lot of moisture in the air and it will help my eyes while I sleep. Because literally when I wake up, they're so dry. I just like have to put drops in them before I can even open them up. Yes, I need to go have this checked out, I think. But in the meantime, I'm like, let's add some humidity to this mixture. Okay. So I did that, and mine has different levels. It's not just on and off. It's got, of course, when I bought it, I had to go, as high tech as I could get at the time. And it has up to 80% humidity that I can set. I can set 3 levels of how much moisture it puts out at one time. I can turn off the light on it. There's another feature. I don't remember what that is because I don't think I use it. Oh, the timer. The timer. I don't use the timer. I just let it run until it runs out of water. I refill it, then turn it on half an hour before bed. So I woke up this morning and the air filter was running on low, and I had the most horrendous, almost migraine headache. And I thought, wow, what's going on with this? So I immediately grabbed, let's show my mic's really low. I hope you guys can hear me. I grabbed my phone. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with my phone, but like most people these days, that's the first thing you do is you grab your phone. And I opened up my air filter app because my air filter is run by an app. Let me see if I can get this to show you. So this is the app. You can see it's on 1, and you can see that it's running on high right now. And 1 is really good, right? The air filter quality. It tells me the parts per million for particles in the air outside, whether there's pollen going on. I can set it for sleep, sleep times and different stuff like that, right? It also tells me like how many hours that it has been running, and then also cumulative purified, like how much it is equivalent to planting. So mine says equivalent to planting 11.3 thousand trees around your home. That's a lot of trees outside my condo. So anyway, so I woke up and I have this massive headache. And I'm thinking, what in the world's going on? I grab my phone, I open up my air filter app, and my room just felt heavy and thick and gross, and my lungs were struggling to breathe, and this migraine headache almost. I was like, this is not how my day needs to start. I've got a lot going on today. And so I opened it up, and sure enough, the filter app at the time was red. Let me find that picture for you guys. It was terrifying. I opened up, I went, what in the world? I didn't know, like, had there been a fire outside and all the smoke got in my room? It didn't smell smoky though, but literally See, it was red. It was at 139. I showed you in the beginning of this, 1 is there now, right? So I said, oh my gosh, before I even looked up like what was going on with it, I immediately got up and I went, oh, that's not good. So I immediately got up and opened the bedroom door, opened the bathroom door, and immediately the number went down to, I took pictures, down to 61. Okay. It was good. 61, but within seconds. And then in my head, the pressure on my head started going down also almost immediately. It was scary. I was like, oh, okay, what happened here while I was sleeping? I mean, how long had I been under that bad zone while sleeping? I was breathing in stuff, and I'm going to tell you what I was breathing in a minute. So that was happening, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. And so I, turned on the tower fan. I turned up the speed of the air cleaner. I turned off the purifier. This all was going on, and it's, not even 7 in the morning. And I'm like, this is a crazy way to start my day. So I threw into Chat GPT. I said, I had on my humidifier last night and noticed this morning that my air quality in my bedroom, according to my air filter app, was extremely poor. I immediately opened the door and circulated air, and the number immediately started to drop. What made it so bad? Okay. Now, one of the things about technology is right now I have shown you 2 different things that technology helped me this morning. It gave me an answer, which I'm going to read to you in a second, and it also showed me that the air quality in my bedroom was poor, and it showed me how poor it was. And then when I let in fresh air, how fast it could return back to normal. So that was kind of exciting, right? And for those people who think, oh, technology, I don't use it. I don't want a smartphone. I don't want to deal with a computer. I don't want a tablet. I don't want any of that stuff. Leave me alone, Marianne. Without that, I wouldn't have known really what the number was and whatever. I would eventually figure it out, oh, I need to turn off the humidifier, which I figured, when I woke up, that was like an immediate thing. But, like I said, I was like, is that thing smoking? What's going on? It was, while waking up and you're groggy and stuff. So like I said, I put it into Chat GPT. Now I could have Googled it, sure. But Chat GPT was able to give me a very accurate description, like, oh, this is what was going on. This is your answer, without having to look through multiple websites to do this. Folks, I'm telling you, if you don't know about ChatGPT or you don't like it, let me walk you through some things, because it is an amazing product. So their answer was, using a humidifier can impact air quality in a few ways, which might explain the poor quality reading you observed. Number 1, increased humidity. Humidifiers add moisture to the air. High humidity levels can make the air feel heavier and less comfortable. It can also foster the growth of mold, mildew, and dust mites. Now, when my mom had said, pull out your humidifier, I immediately started kind of looking through TikTok and Instagram Reels and Facebook stuff, trying to figure out, okay, are other people experiencing really dry eyes like this? And is this something that is helping them? And the answer was, sure, it can't hurt. And some people were saying, yeah, it helps. I use drops. I've had dry eyes my entire life. I had to stop wearing contacts for that reason, because they were so dry. So, but when the one thing that was recurring when I was watching these videos were people saying, watch out for mold and mildew and stuff like that, and make sure that you put drops in your water, which I had never thought about before. But make sure you put these air humidifier drops in your water to make sure that you prohibit the growth of these items. So I immediately went to Amazon and purchased some drops, and they came the next day, and I started using them. So I was pretty sure this wasn't a mold and mildew issue, but I don't know. So it definitely was, the air was heavier. I was struggling to breathe. It was very much less comfortable. And so the second one says particle emission. some humidifiers, especially ultrasonic and impeller types, which I'm guessing mine is, it kind of propels the humidity from the bottom where the water collects from the tank, goes down in there. And then if I take the tank off while it's running, like all this humidity just kind of comes up. And the tank is nothing but an empty or filled tank of water. And so it just is propelling that up as well, right? So I'm guessing it's impeller type. It can disperse minerals and other particles into the air as they use if they use unfiltered tap water, which I did. Unfiltered with those drops. Yeah, because going and buying water is expensive, and I'd be buying water all the time. Filtered, maybe. I've got a couple things that can filter water, but again, that's, for when you're a business owner and when money's tight and when the economy is kind of in the crapper, like it's been a little bit lately for people, buying filters like that would be cost prohibitive for people. Anyway, disperses minerals and other particles into the air if they use unfiltered tap water. These particles can contribute to the poor air quality. Okay, so what was I breathing in, folks? What was in my air? Was it just thicker air? Was there particles in it? I don't know. I don't know. All I know was I woke up in a little bit of a panic because of this. And then limited air circulation. If your room is closed while using a humidifier, the lack of fresh air circulation can lead to a buildup of whatever particles in the humidifier emits, along with the CO2 from breathing if you were sleeping in the room. When you opened the door, it allowed fresh air to enter and mix with the humid air, which likely helped in reducing the humidity levels and clearing out particles, thus improving the air quality reading. It's important to maintain proper humidity levels, ideally between 30 and 50%, and ensure good air circulation when using a humidifier. Now, my little brain, when I went to bed, thought if I close everything up, it'll make like a humidity zone for my eyes to feel better. And surely that would be better than allowing it all out into the hallway, right? Wrong. Apparently wrong. So I've had to talk to people today who have said like, oh yeah, I would run mine and my walls would be soaked and my carpet would be soaked because it got so humid in there and stuff like that. Again, that's where that moisture comes into play, right? So definitely, keep these tips in mind. I'll put this in the description when this is done going live. And don't subject yourself to poor air quality if you don't have to. I had no idea. I just thought I'm going to listen to my mom. She's a nurse. And these things bit me in the butt this morning. Like I said, my head literally felt like it was going to explode. I was groggy. I was disoriented. There were so many things like how much longer could this have gone on? Also, the other thing was it talks about like CO2 from breathing if you're sleeping in your room. Well, my dog sleeps in my room with me. And so not only was I breathing and expelling CO2, sure, my dog was as well. And I'm sure if I had that bad of a headache, Othello must have had a headache as well. Do dogs get headaches? I don't know, but I'm guessing he wasn't feeling optimum. He wasn't feeling great. He's smaller than I am. He can handle less purifications in the air before it affects him. And so that would also mean that anybody that has birds, especially, they say like when Teflon burning can kill a bird. Cats, they're even smaller. So if you've got a humidifier, just heed my warning. You don't have to believe everything I say. You can Google it. You can do all the research. That's fine. I am not a doctor. I just know what I went through this morning and wanted to share it with everybody so that you did that. Again, I was fortunate though that I have this air filter and the app was able to tell me, that what was going on as far as the levels. Right now it's at a level 1. Just so you know, it's the app is called VSync, VESYNC. I'll link it below. This isn't sponsored by anybody, so don't worry about that. It was the VSync app, and the air filter that I have is LEVOIT, LEVOIT air filters. And I have two. One is downstairs, one is upstairs. And the reason I got them was because remember a couple of months back when the air was really bad because there was smoke all over the country because of the fires in Canada. I was like, I don't want my dog dying because we can't breathe air, or me dying. And I had purchased an air filter for downstairs. And then on Black Friday, I purchased another one for my bedroom because I wanted to make sure that we were breathing healthy air. And so this app, the VSync, it tells me the levels of air quality. It tells me how much filter I have left before I have to replace it. It tells me the air quality outside. It allows me to change the speed that the air filter is running at, or turn it on or off. It's got so many features that I think it's a necessity. I think this one says it filters up to 1,200 square feet, which is a lot of square feet for if you live in an apartment or a condo like the size of mine. I think mine's about 1,300, and I've got two running. They were around $89, $90 when it was Black Friday. I think they're up to about $149. But again, this one runs through the app. It'll also connect to an Alexa or Google device as well, so that you can just tell Alexa. Sometimes if I'm sitting on the couch, I'll be like, Alexa, turn the speed down to low or turn it off, just because sometimes noise pollution gets to me a little bit when things are running in the background. But it's nice features to have, especially if you're in bed and for some reason, maybe it's springtime and the pollen's higher for some reason, and you had your windows open during the day, or your dog farts or whatever. So I would definitely take a look at that. Again, the app was easy to install. It was easy to connect. And it's definitely a game changer when it comes to knowing what you're breathing and how the air quality around you is. And if you have a humidifier in your home, and it's not built into your air conditioning unit and stuff, make sure that you're doing those things. And the most important steps are make sure that you add drops so that mold and mildew do not grow, because you do not want to be breathing that in. And make sure that you have circulation. Don't close off your room, because that's not doing you any favors, apparently. Who knew? So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. And I hope that you all have a great day and you continue breathing healthy. Talk to you soon.